afternoon, I'm Olivia Walker and welcome to St. Newsfile. Colton Young will have a look at the latest highlights later for sports. What can we expect, Colton?
Absolutely, Olivia. We'll take a look at the Flames, the Trojans, and some NFL action as well.
All right. We will also have a look at weather with Elliot Zan later today, but first here are today's top stories. Calgary fire crews rushed to a high-rise apartment on 6th Avenue and 8th Street later after reports of a kitchen fire on the 23rd floor. Smoke quickly spread to multiple floors, but firefighters managed to extinguish the flames and search for residents. One person was treated by paramedics but didn't need to go to the hospital. Some residents had to shelter in place because the elevators were down, and those with mobility issues faced challenges evacuating. The fire caused significant damage to the unit it started in, and an investigation is underway. In a heated response to the province's decision to cut photo radar sites by 70%, Calgary Police Chief Mark Neufeld has voiced strong opposition. The new policy will ban photo radar on all numbered provincial highways, only allowing in school, playground, and construction zones. Neufeld argues that this move will lead to more serious and fatal collisions, putting public safety at risk. Neufeld noted that there have been 23% reduction in total collisions and a 51.5% decrease in injury collisions between 2001 and 2023. He believes that removal of photo radar will reverse these positive trends and endanger lives on the road. A Calgary charity is seeing a huge surge in demand for school lunches. Brown Bagging for Calgary Kids are preparing lunches for 7,500 kids every day, which is more than 15% from last year. Stephanie Gauthier, the operational director, says that 1 in 3 children in Calgary experience food insecurity, and the need is growing. Volunteers have noticed the spike, with the number of lunches almost doubling since they've started almost 5 years ago. Brown Bagging for Calgary Kids relies solely on donations, and with rising food costs, they're aiming to raise $1 million during their December fundraising campaign to keep up with the demand. In Calgary, bylaw officers have started ticketing and towing motorhomes parked along Moraine Road in the northeast. This action comes after the city received 70 complaints about access and security issues in the area. Residents living in their RVs were given eviction notices in late December, but winter weather delayed the city's plans to install no parking signs until now. On Monday morning, police bylaw officers, parking authority, and tow trucks were on the scene to begin ticketing and removing vehicles. 1 RV and 3 other vehicles were towed because they were abandoned, while the remaining RVs were driven away by their owners. Representatives from the Alpha House were present to offer access to social services and housing support. The city aims to fill potholes, remove debris, and restore the boulevard. In a world where screens are constantly vying for our attention, the term brain rot has been named the Oxford Word of the Year for 2024. The definition of this term is the supposed deterioration of a person's mental state or intellectual state as the result of overconsumption of material considered to be trivial or unchallenging. The phrase has seen a 230% increase in usage over the past year. Oxford University Press highlighted that brain rot captures the growing concerns about the impact of endless scrolling and low-quality content on our mental health. As we continue to navigate our relationship with the technology, brain rot serves as a reminder to balance our online and offline lives. The Sunnyside Hillhurst Flea Market has become a beloved tradition for families in the area. The market has seen a running since 1985, making it one of Calgary's oldest markets. Shauna Lewis recently attended the market. Shauna's in the newsroom. Tell us what you saw.
Well, Olivia, this flea market is full of vintage items, homemade trinkets, and tons of different activities. This market has been around for a while now, bringing those in neighboring communities together. There are booths set up with items from older comics to Hot Wheels, toys, and worn but loved clothing. This market is also a family-friendly institution, providing treats and art for the kids, as well as different contests held for them to participate in. The Sunnyside Hillhurst Community Association holds these markets every Sunday without fail, and the same vendors that were there decades ago are still there in attendance.
First would be like sustainable shopping, in that it's like reselling and reusing old products that other people didn't have a need for.
As you can see, Olivia, it's a real treat coming down here. And with the holidays just around the corner, this is the perfect place to visit by yourself or with a friend. And you just may find the perfect present for someone in your life.
Thanks, Shauna. That was Shauna Lewis reporting live from the newsroom. Those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break, but first, Elliot Zan has a look at what's going on this week in Calgary.
Bring the whole family out to Jubilation's Dinner Theater for a magical holiday adventure with the Beauty and the Grinch. Enjoy a morning of laughter, music, and delicious kid-friendly meals. Head down to Granary Road for a unique and joyful yoga session, all tied together with some adorable Christmas dress goats, perfect for all ages. Step into the holiday spirit and season at South Centre Mall's Enchanted Forest. Meet Santa and his elves while getting your Christmas shopping done early. Santa will be available for pictures and exclusive activities every week leading up to Christmas Day. Hop in your sleigh and take a ride down to Flower & Wolf for their warm and festive Christmas Day brunch buffet. Experience a Christmas meal without all the stress and cleanup. Bookings are available now.
Today we're going to take a look at weather all over the country. So heading out west here, we'll see Vancouver at 2 degrees with some cloud. Also 2 degrees in Edmonton with some sun. Regina's getting a little bit of sun despite being -6, and Winnipeg is cloudy and -10. Now heading out east, Toronto is sunny despite being -3. Montreal is seeing some cloud tonight as we're sitting at -5. Halifax is partly cloudy and -1. And St. John's, as always, is sitting with some clouds at 2 degrees. Now we're going to take a look at our resort forecast.
.25 degrees in Palm Springs with partly cloudy conditions. Barbados, Cancun, and Honolulu are all sitting at 30 and below. Orlando sees the only sunny conditions, resting at 17. And Las Vegas is 19 with cloudy skies.
Looking at Calgary today, we're sitting at 3 degrees and cloudy. We're seeing a 17-kilometer-an-hour wind from the Chinook winds, and later tonight we'll see continuous warm Chinook winds around the city. Taking a look around Alberta, starting up north, we're going to see Fort Mac sitting at -9. Grand Prairie sitting at 2 degrees and cloudy. So is Edmonton with a little bit more sun. Red Deer is going to get the most sun we'll see today with 1 degree. Banff is cloudy and -7. Calgary is sitting at 3 degrees and cloudy. Lethbridge down here is at 1 degree with partly cloudy conditions. And Medicine Hat is seeing lots of sun despite being -1. Now we're going to take a look today at our 5-day forecast. Later tonight we're going to see a low of -3 with some clouds. Tomorrow is going to continue on the trend with cloudy conditions and a high of 1. Friday we'll finally see some sun around the city with a high of 6 and a low of -4. Saturday will continue to bring some sun to the city with a high of 5, and Sunday is going to be cloudy with a high of 6 and a low of 0. Now we'll take a look at sports after the break.
ArtPoint is a non-profit organization based right here in Calgary. The members of ArtPoint have open studios available for their community. Studios for lovely paintings, beautiful illustrations, and stunning sculptures. ArtPoint is a place for artists by artists. Visit ArtPoint today at 11th Avenue Southwest or at artpoint.ca.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to SAIT News File. Colton Young joins us now for the look at the latest highlights in sports. What's happening, Colton?
Absolutely, Olivia. We'll take a look at some Flames, Raptors, and SAIT action here. For the first time since the tragic passing of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, the Blue Jackets are in town. They're joined by the father of the Gaudreau brothers, Guy Gaudreau. Guy spent some time on ice helping out with the Flames as an assistant coach, and he was using one of Johnny's old hockey sticks from his time as a Flame. He watched his boy become a top-notch player and now immortal in the Sea of Red. Dustin Wolf is in net for the Flames tonight. He'll be opposed by Elvis Merlinkins. The Flames sit at 12-9-4, good enough for 5th in the Pacific Division and 2nd in the wildcard standing. The Trojans were in action over the weekend, winning an overtime thriller by a score of 2-1. In the last game before the New Year break, the Trojans took on Briarcrest College. The game was tied at 0 till 4 minutes and 25 seconds into the second, when SAIT's Ryan Newman netted a beauty with helpers from Dylan Clark and Caden Skolomski. Briarcrest would respond 11 minutes later when Zachary Tuskaska, with help from Daxton Budd and Brandon Kelly, netted one past SAIT goalie Simon Harkness. The Trojans would continue to battle with the game remaining tied at 1 at the end of regulation. That is till 3 minutes into overtime when the Trojans were on a power play when Brandon Machado, receiving a cross-crease pass from Ty Carey, netted the game-winning goal, leading the Trojans into their Christmas break. SAIT scored 2 goals on 36 shots. Briarcrest scored 1 on 41. It was a battle of the goaltending. It was a pretty undisciplined game as there were 13 penalties in total, adding over 24 minutes worth of penalties. With the no games till the new year, SAIT ends 2024 on a high note. The Toronto Raptors are taking on the Indiana Pacers tonight in the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. The Raptors have gone 3-8 against Eastern Conference teams. They lead the Eastern Conference in rebounding, averaging 46.4 boards per game. Jakob Porta leads the team with 11.9 rebounds per game. Toronto's all-star forward, Scotty Barnes, will be in action for the first time against the Pacers after missing the first game due to an orbital fracture. Barnes is averaging 20.4 points per game despite only playing in just 9 of Toronto's games this season. The 2022 Rookie of the Year grabs 8.6 rebounds and logs 6.8 assists per night. Indiana will aim to limit his touches as he looks to ignite the Raptors' offense with his playmaking versatility. Monday Night Football was on last night featuring the Browns and the Broncos. Rookie of the Year frontrunner Bo Nix led the Broncos in defending their home field advantage at Mile High Field. Jameis Winston and Jerry Jeudy both had fantastic games for the Browns, resulting in a loss. Winston set a Browns franchise record for most passing yards in a single game, but his 2 pick sixes proved costly. The second pick to Aquan McMillan, with 1:46 left, sealed Denver's 41-32 victory. Despite Cleveland's best efforts, Denver's late defensive and special teams play secured the win. The Broncos, who sit in the middle of the playoff race, are at the 3rd and final wildcard spot, sitting at 8-5. The Browns are in the 11th seed in the AFC, sitting outside the playoffs at 3-9. Moving on to Thursday Night Football for one of the biggest games of the year. The Green Bay Packers are taking on the Detroit Lions, with both teams playing on the holiday Thursday the week before. Detroit has injury concerns on the defense, especially on the D-line, a soft spot Green Bay could exploit with their powerful running game. The Packers have leaned into the ground attack in the second half, and it's benefited them greatly. The NFL has suspended Houston Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair for 3 games due to repeated violations of player safety rules. Following a hit to the head of Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, which led to a bench-clearing brawl on Sunday, John Runyon, the NFL's Vice President of Policy Rules Administration, issued a suspension Tuesday morning. In a letter to Al-Shaair, the league emphasized that the hit was deemed unacceptable and that a continued disregard for player safety will not be tolerated. That's a look at sports.
All right, thank you, Colton. Now we'll take a look at the 5-day forecast with Elliot.
Thanks, Olivia. Tonight it's going to be cloudy, continuing into tomorrow as well. We're finally going to see some sun on Friday, and that's going to be all.
All right, thank you so much for coming in and watching the show. Have a good weekend.
Just talk to one another. Hey, what a great night, eh?
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Hey,
Be friendly.
hey over there.